ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्वोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं दक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततन्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै Verse 16 in chapter 9. Aham kraturaham yajñah svatahamaham aushadham mantrohahamevajyam ahamagniraham hutam. So in the chapter 8, the topic was a Ishvara Upasana. And it resulted in a thing that if you do a Upasana, if you meditate on Ishvara in a given form for a length of time in your life, one gains mukti. That's how Bhagavan said. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. That's at the end. But before that also, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram. Tam tameva iti kaunteya sadatad bhava bhavitah. So, whatever the bhava, etc., remembering that bhava, one leaves, definitely that bhava one gains. So, if you meditate on Ishvara, definitely you will have all the time a bhava of, in your mind all the time Ishvara will be there. That's a samskara. And you leave the body with this samskara, definitely you will have a Ishvara bhava. You will gain mukti. So this looks like there is no need of study all this contemplation. No need. You have to do upasana, meditation. That's how it looks like in each chapter, etc. Well, so all this was pointed out that one may, you may conclude that by meditation one gains moksha. Saguna Brahma Bell, you meditate on it and Ishvara with attributes. Some attribute all the time. To meditate on a given thing, you should know the attributes and then you meditate. So that results into that. So, but that's not correct. So Bhagavan has to, rectify that this is not correct. By meditating, one gains freedom. Because why one, that may also be true. You may be right, Swami, and then this is also true. Yeah, meditation is a manas karma. If you gain freedom means it is a karma phala. Karma phala is anityam, that much we know. People gain Swarga, etc., Brahma Loka, anywhere they go, they return. Abrahma bhuvanan lokaha punaravartina. Elsewhere said, kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Karma phala, that's a phalgutaya liyate iti phalam. Phalam, fruit is always perishable. That's how they write perishable goods. Yeah. Therefore, moksha also, the freedom you gain will go away. So that kind of a thing may happen. Then we are not interested in that kind of. We want to be free forever. Everyone loves to be independent forever. Not that 3 days out of jail and the rest of the time will be in a jail. No. No. So that doesn't suit. If moksha has to be nityam, it should not be karma phala. Then how will I gain moksha? There's only way. There's only way that moksha must be your nature. Because the nature cannot be given up. So, but then if I am free, why should I struggle for all this? I feel I am dependent, etc. I am bound. Well, because you may not be knowing. So then knowledge is the way to gain freedom. That Bhagavan has to establish. So in the first 3 verses in the chapter 9, Bhagavan introduces and says that jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase ashubhat. You want to become free from this evil bondage, samsara. Well, jnanam vijnana sahitam jnatva. By knowing me, well, one gains freedom. That's how the 9th chapter begins. And then what is the nature of Ishvara, which you should know? That Bhagavan discussed between verse 4 to 16. 4 to 10 rather, I'm sorry. And in 11th verse, Bhagavan gave a reason for the samsara, bondage. Bondage, the definition of bondage is which you don't like, which you don't love, but you cannot get rid of it. That's called bondage. So, well, basically the insecurity I don't like, limitations I don't like, etc. We know. And so, so gaining Ishvara's knowledge, well, because it's identical. You and Ishvara are identical. And therefore, in between verse 4 to 10, Bhagavan showed the nature of Ishvara. In 11th, he gave the reason for the samsara, the bondage. And verse 12 to 19, Bhagavan shows bhakti is a sadhana. It's a series of sadhana. So, which will be helpful in gaining this jnanam and moksha, etc. So, and bhakti, the person who has a bhakti will be called bhakta. Then which bhakta gains moksha? Well, Bhagavan said in 7th chapter 4 types of bhaktas, right? Chaturvida bhajante mam, janaha sukrito arjuna, artho artharthi jignasu jnani cha bharatarshava. So, 4 types of bhaktas are there. So, which bhakta will gain this Ishvara Jnana? Jignasu. Jignasu bhakta, one who has a desire for the knowledge and definitely desire for the moksha. One who knows that for moksha there is only means, that's called jnanam. He knows that means also. And therefore, well, definitely those bhaktas, and what are the characteristics of that bhakta, etc., also has been told here in between 12 to 19. So, the Jignasu Bhakta basically, because the whole pursuit is of pursuit of a freedom, and well, it is, so the person should know Ishvara, and well, he will know it, but in an atmosphere of devotion he will know. Why do you require an atmosphere of devotion? Because first thing is you should gain some grace of Ishvara ultimately, because that grace will clear the whole path. And therefore, so this Jignasu Bhaktas, they are seeking to know, but well, basically, they are seeking first the grace of Ishvara, and then they are seeking Ishvara in form of knowledge. So, in the atmosphere of a devotion, well, these Jignasu Bhaktas, gain the knowledge of Ishvara, whose Swarupa, the nature, has been discussed between verse number 4 to 10. And 12 to 19 is this description of this series of sadhanam with an atmosphere of devotion. And so we did it some verses, 13, 14, 15, etc. But I will give you some gist so you will understand it, where the characteristic of bhakta has been told. So in verse 13, Bhagavan said, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim mashitaha bhajantyanna manasaha gnyatva bhutadim avyayam. So basically, they are Mahatmas. These Jignasu Bhaktas are Mahatmas. Mahatmas means whose mind is big, who have a value of forgiveness, accommodation, etc. And means they have a love and compassion for others. Daivim prakriti mashritaha. They have a disposition, godly disposition, right? Deva sambandhi, daivi. So they have a prakriti, means their disposition is of a nature of sattva. Because in the 12th verse, Bhagavan described that moghasha moga karmanaha moga jnana vichetasaha rakshasi masurim chaiva. So there are two other prakritis, disposition have been discussed in 12th verse. This from 13 onwards, a different type of people with a disposition which is sattvika, sattva, predominant. And in that disposition, there is definitely a self-control. When we don't have a control over our senses, that indicates that there is a rajoguna in the mind. Yeah. Where there is a lot of a desire for enjoyment, sensory enjoyments, it is indicating a rajoguna. That is a rakshasi prakriti, which I will talk later. But so here it is a daivi prakriti. So they have a sense control. And also, other things are also there. They have a shraddha in the shastra, etc. And such people, bhajanti, they seek me, Bhagavan says. And in which form they are seeking me? Bhutadim mam avyayam. Bhutadim. Basically, I am the very cause. Adi means beginning, cause. Cause of the bhutas, whole creation. They are seeking me, mam bhajanti. They are seeking me. Well, who is the cause of the creation? Island existence, etc. to the whole world, etc. I will not use word asti, okay? So, and what is the other characteristic? Ananya manasaha. That's a big thing. Totally. Ananya manasaha means those who have a purushartha viveka, that's all. They don't have any goals. They have one goal. Not that they don't have any goal means they're uselessly sitting, idle. Total. No. They are not overwhelmed by any goal, material goal of the life. Because they know behind any goal, there is a spiritual goal. It's a big thing. It's a very, very big thing. It will save your efforts and energy. Human life becomes waste otherwise. What you want to search behind every goal, at the end of the life you find that you haven't got it. That's the thing. No one is interested in any material goal. Everyone is interested in oneself. Yeah. Want to acquire few things. By that you want to make yourself secure, more comfortable. Everyone wants to make oneself comfortable. Not externally. External comfort need not bring inner comfort. That's all everyone's experience. And one who has an inner comfort doesn't bother about the external comfort. What is more important is inner comfort. To be comfortable, inner comfort comes only when your perception about yourself changes. Anyway, so Ananya Manasa, those people whose basically minds are not distracted. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eka. Bhagavan said in 2nd chapter. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, nishchayatmika buddhi eka. Buddhayaha abuddhayaha avyavasayinam. Avyavasayinam. The samsaris, the people who have material goals, they have their mind, their buddhi is basically scattered. Wants to acquire that, wants to acquire that. A certain set of goals you keep and thinking that these goals, I will gain it and my dissatisfaction goes away. And it happens. Once you gain that goal, you find you are satisfied. You have achieved. Again, you become dissatisfied. Now you set a new you set a new, a list of goals. It keeps going. Because ultimately, after gaining anything, even winning in the race, the rat remains rat. So never becomes a cat. So this is a thing. That's why we don't like Vedanta, Swamiji. You people are always talking like that. If you are satisfied right now, then what's the purpose in life? Well, if you are satisfied with yourself, your any achievement is not that for the sake of achievement. It is for the sake of satisfaction. And therefore, basically, if you are satisfied to begin with, then sky is the limit for achievements. Yeah. Could you follow what I'm saying? You don't want an achievement for the sake of achievement. You want a satisfaction, which you are not getting. If you are satisfied basically with this understanding, then, sky is the limit. You can achieve anything. Your satisfaction, you have already gained it. You are free to achieve anything. And people do achieve. People who have gained this knowledge, found themselves free from any seeking, knowing oneself, they are doing a lot. Our acharyas have done such a big work. My God. Kings have done their job. No, Swamis are doing, Swamiji, sannyasis may do, that's a different thing. Janaka, etc. So this is entirely different. Moksha is really a freedom which is not against dharma, artha, kama. That's a real freedom. Well, moksha comes means these goals should go. No, why? Why it should go? One can definitely pursue money. One can definitely pursue any other thing. One can definitely pursue dharma also. You are free. You are free to achieve any other thing also. That's the real freedom. Moksha means freedom. This is a freedom. Anyway, this is a lot. So, ananya manasaha. So, these people whose minds are not distracted by anything, they have viveka, purushartha viveka. Then in 14th verse, it said, Satadam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dhrudavrataha namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Satadam kirtayantaha. They are basically always appreciate the glories, not ordinary glories here. Ishvara has narrated his glories in the initial, I think, verse number 3, 4, etc. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavvyakta murtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu vasthita. So basically all beings have their existence in me. I am not in them. Means my existence doesn't depend upon them. In fact, they are not in me also. What is there is me alone. Is one glory. Second glory is I am changeless by nature, but I am also equally in the form of the constantly changing creation. I am basically akarta. I don't create anything. I don't sustain anything. But I am the only creator of this. I don't create, but I am a creator. Tasya kartaram apimam viddhi akartaram. These are all glories. Who is singing? These Jignasu Bhaktas. To gain the grace of Ishvara, right? You need a grace of Ishvara. You want to know, but you prepare yourself with the grace. So you have these satatam, always. Kirtayantaha, mam, Bhagavan says. Anyway, yatantaha, just they are appreciating the glory, that much they do. No, yatantaha, prayatantaha. So they are constantly putting efforts. They are doing Shravanam Mananam, that's an effort, of course, but that's not enough. Right kind of mind also is required to make the Shravanam successful. And therefore, they are definitely constantly working upon their fences. Yeah, likes and dislikes, etc. Constantly. So, abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyana cha gruhyate. They have these two tools all the time ready. One is a vairagyam, other is a abhyasa. So, because the fences, because of that, there is a projection, definitely we saw yesterday. So mind goes again and again. Mind definitely seeks a certain satisfaction from the object. Again goes and goes. So abhyasa, you have to pull it out. That it is merely superimposition, etc. Knowing the objective value, etc. Vairagya. So yatantaha. And so definitely they are gaining a mastery over the mind. That's how chanchalam hi manah krishna paramati balavadrudam. That's why Bhagavan said, your mind is not with you, means he is making you the slave. Well, these two tools, vairagyena cha gruhyate and abhyasa, that's the way you gain the mastery over the mind. And then compassion, non-injury, they try to cultivate. A cultivated compassion becomes a natural later. Initially it is a cultivated. You have to act out your compassion. To basically, whatever you act, in India, in America it's very famous, fake it till you make it. Yeah. Really. So, how will I cultivate compassion, Swamiji? By act of compassion. As if you have compassion and you are helping someone. You do that. And you find after some time that already compassion has really now, become a plant kind of a thing from the seed. It has grown. Non-injury, etc. Dhradavrataha. Their commitment is firm. All this is the description of that bhakta, Jignasu bhaktas. Their commitment is very firm. Means once they basically commit them for this study, that's it. Sometimes our commitments are, Shraddha is one thing and commitment is another thing. We think that once I have a Shraddha, I will have commitment. Need not be. There are people in this world who have a lot of Shraddha in the Shastra, Ishvara, etc. Everything. They know that this is the thing to be done. This is the thing to be done. Whenever they meet, they say, this is the right thing, Swamiji, to be done. But then, okay, then what are you doing? Oh, I don't have a time. That is why Bhagavan says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. That's fine. Tatparaha. Otherwise, why should you say? Tatparaha. Tatparaha means committed to that thing. That's a different thing. Shraddha is one thing and commitment is another thing. For a commitment, Shraddha should be there. That's the basis. But you need not have a commitment. Even though Shraddha is there, you may not have commitment. That's possible. So these people, well, definitely Dhradavrataha, their commitment is very firm. They undertake this pursuit of moksha with commitment. Mam bhaktya namasyantah. That this is a thing. See, all these things, he's gaining, he has a compassion, he is following ahimsa, etc. All this. Once you start gaining all this, your ahankara is right there to claim that I am really successful. So this is required. Mam bhaktya namasyantah. The whole pursuit is done in an atmosphere of devotion. They are seeking grace of Ishvara. So anything they achieve in this path now, right? They say it is because of grace of Ishvara. That's the thing. Otherwise, it will be fattening your own ego, which is, therefore, the ego has to basically to be diluted. Namasyantaha, they surrender to Ishvara. That, well, I am doing a little, whatever the progress I am doing, it's with your grace. Mam bhaktya namasyantaha. Means they have a prayerful heart, basically, in their pursuit. Then verse 15, I'm just giving a gist, which we did in the last session. Jnana yagnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena pruthatvena bahuda vishvato mukham. So, anye jnana yagnena yajantaha mam upasate. Anye. Well, anye means this people who are different from someone else. What was said in the 12th verse, who are having a Rakshasi and Asuri Prakritis, compared to them, they are different. Daivi Prakriti Mashitaha. These bhaktas have a different disposition. So that's how Bhagavan uses the word Anye here. These people, means which were described in this 13 and 14, and which are quite distinct from what was the people who are described in the 12th verse. So, and the 12th verse I said, what type of people? Moga asha, moga karmana, moga asha. Moga means in vain. Any asha, any hope for the material gain is in vain. It means like that, right? Because ultimately what you want to achieve through the material goals, you cannot achieve it. Therefore it is in vain. Mogasha, moga karmana. So all these fruitless actions, they are doing a lot for material achievements, but all fruitless ultimately. Moga karmana. And they have wasted grace of Ishvara. Everything is, I said first day, everything is a grace here. I am right now speaking is a crystalline grace. I am seeing you, crystalline grace. I am able to think, you, crystalline grace. I am able to lift my hand, crystalline grace, because all is law. And no man-made law. It's not your administration law, it's not your taxation law. This is all natural law, part of creation. It's Ishvara's manifestation. So Ishvara is working constantly and working in such a way so that I am able to function. So it's grace, grace flowing. The human body is grace. And that I described that day with a certain reasoning power and a healthy body, able to see, able to hear, everything. Everyone is successful, by the way. No one is failure in this world. Really. Everyone is successful. You have to add one more word before. Gracefully successful. Gracefully successful. But where is success? Right now you are successful. You are able to talk. Success. You are able to think. Really? You are able to think success. People think that I get an expected result. That's a success. No, it is as per the Ishvara's law. You want a success there? Work for the grace. Tap the grace. But as such you are successful. There is no failure in the world. No failure. Other than in one's head, thinking that I did not get a desired thing, so I am failure. No. It's an objective thing. There are 4 possibilities, and that one of the possibilities will be always there. In fact, you should be failure all the time. You should not get an expected result. Why? Because you have a limited knowledge, limited power, limited skills, with which you can never gain a desirable result, but still you are gaining there also. Right? You may gain what you expect. You may gain more than what you expect. You may gain less than what you expect. You may gain contrary to what you expect. All 4 possibilities are there. And being limited in knowledge, skill and everything, it is likely that you may fail. But you are able to gain desired results so many times. It's all Ishvara's grace. So this is the attitude of bhakta. Mam namasindah bhaktya. Bhaktya means an attitude, prayerful attitude. That's a bhakti. So this is what it said here. Anyway, so, and mam vishwato mukham upasate. These people, Devi Prakriti, those people have a Satviki Prakriti, etc. Well, they worship me of Vishwato Mukham. They worship me in many forms because I am the maker and the material. And therefore, I am in the form of this Panchabhutas, etc. And therefore, basically they worship me. Whatever is there is element. Elemental creation is made up of elements, that I am in the form of elements. I am in the form of sun, moon, etc. Clouds. So they Vishwato Mukham Upasate. They worship me in many forms. But Ekatvena Pruthatvena means I am the one, they worship me in what manner? I am the one who is in the form of everything. Ekatvena. I am the one who is in the form of everything. They worship me like that. Pruthatvena. I am the one who is distinct from everything. Pruthak means distinct. That's true. He is in the form of everything, right? Now I have not to describe much, you know very well. If I if I utter word asti and you will do like this now. So I have not to narrate much. I am the form of everything and I am distinct from everything. Ekatvena pruthatvena mam upasate. Very beautiful. This is what even you can also say. I am in the form of everything. I am distinct from everything. What Ishvara says, you can also repeat with knowledge, because you and Ishvara are identical, right? In that sense, as a basis, truth of everything. So, very beautifully said here, I am in the ekatva, means I am in the form of everything. And now this is to be told. This doesn't work. Perhaps you and me might have uttered this several times. At least in our mind, Ishvara is in the form of everything. Ishvara is in the form of everything. But it's a very too general statement. Bhagavan also felt that this is not true. I will have to say, form of everything means what? You should start. You should open the dictionary and start from A. A for apple. I am in the form of apple. Then I am in the form of this. I am in the form of that. This way we should do. That will never end. Bhagavan said in the 10th chapter at the end that I am tired. How many vibhutis I will discuss to you, I will describe to you. Yadyad vibhuti matsatvam tattad mama tejomsha sambhavam. Ultimately, finally, Bhagavan said that. So basically, I am in the form of everything. How many things you will know? Billions of things are there. Billions. And that too in this, here on this earth. What about other? We don't know. So Bhagavan also felt, I am everything, to make general statement it's a too loose statement. Then I cannot describe everything, means every form I should say that I'm in that form. That also is not possible. So Bhagavan selected few forms to describe that I'm in this form. Here, in this chapter, also in the next chapter, 10th chapter. And that is where this chapter, this particular verse, Aham kratu aham yajna, swadaham aham aushadham, mantro aham eva ajyam, aham agnihi, aham hutam. So he now, in this world, karma also is one aspect. So Bhagavan is saying, he reveals that every aspect of the karma of the Vedic ritual is me. He starts with that. There are many types of karmas, but he starts with the Vedic ritual because it's most exalted, etc. So that's how he begins here. Every aspect of the ritual is me. Means if in all the aspects of a Vedic ritual is me, he will say, Ajyam is me, and this is me, and that is me. Then all other karmas, ordinary karmas, all the aspects of ordinary karmas also is me. That's what he wants to say. So what happens is, here it has been said, two words are there which I will explain you, but a Vedic ritual. Many aspects are there in Vedic ritual. First thing is, it's a yajna is offering, ritual, offering. And in that you have to invoke to whom you will offer. What? Ishvara. But you basically don't invoke Ishvara as such. You invoke Ishvara in form of Devata, Agni, Indra, etc. So you invoke through mantras, you invite in that fire. And then with the mantras you offer. Right? So definitely there are various aspects. Devata is one aspect. The materials which you offer is another aspect. The ladle, etc., by which you offer is also the aspect. So various aspects are there. All aspects are me. That's what he says here, basically. So fire is Ishvara, ritual is Ishvara, offering is Ishvara, etc., etc. One who performs that yajamana is Ishvara. And what you accomplish through that ritual, karma, is also, the karma phala also is Ishvara. That's how he says. In fact, we know this. In the 4th chapter, the verse has already come. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhina. Brahmarpanam. Arpanam means ladle. Arpyate anena iti arpanam. Arpyate anena. By which a material, offering material, is offered. That's a ladle, the chamas. That is called arpanam. That is Brahman, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi. So Havihi means that material of offering. Brahma Havi, that is also Brahman. Ajyam, etc. Ghee or whatever. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havi, Brahmagnau, where you offer Agni, that is Brahman. Now we don't wonder naturally, every name and form, right? So what is the truth of name and form? You know very well. So Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam, one who offers is also, the Yajmana is also Brahman. And then what will I gain? Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, tena karmana. By this karma, what will I gain? What is to be accomplished? Gantavyam, phala, karma phala. That is Brahman. Brahma karma samadhina. This person, this grihastha who is performing this and has a jnanam also, he has a Brahma karma samadhi. Entire karma, in which so many aspects are there, he sees everything as a Brahman, 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 Brahman. That's a samadhi. So basically he is seeing all the aspects, including the result of that karma, as Brahman. So is this a jnani? No. And that Brahman is myself. Abba. That kind of a knowledge he has. So here Bhagavan discusses like this. So what are the various aspects of this Vedic ritual? All are me. And the result of that ritual also is me. So this is what it is. Ishvara is everything. Doesn't give any sense. But if he discusses like that, then we can appreciate a little better. What is the real meaning of everything? We come to know. If he says like this. And here Bhagavan says, Aham kratuhu aham yajnaha. So kratu and yajna actually both mean ritual. Both means ritual. But now aham kratuhu aham yajnaha. Means I am ritual, I am ritual. Bhagavan will not repeat like this. So we have to find some difference in the meaning between the two. And the distinction is, yajna is a word, it is used loosely for offering. Even it could be used for your eating action is a yajna. Yeah, because there also is offering. Offering also in fire. Yeah, stomach. So that is, digestive fire. That's what in 15th chapter it has been told. That I only, basically digest the food which is eaten by the person. I'm in the form of the fire, etc. So this is also a offering that is called yajna. Any kind of anything which is, any kind of an offering, other offerings also will be called yajna. But kratu means basically Shrauta karma, Vedic karma. Enjoined by only Veda. That's called kratu. So aham kratuhu, Bhagavan says, I am very Vedic ritual. And so definitely person invokes Ishvara in a Vedic ritual in form of devatas. But if a person understands that the whole karma, that ritual is Ishvara, he need not have to perform this karma, because he understands everything as basically Ishvara alone. So if a person understands the one Vedic ritual as that every aspect of that ritual is Ishvara, he has understood all Vedic karmas in a form of Ishvara. So you need not accomplish. Because there is no desire. One who says everything is Brahman will not have this much knowledge. That Brahman definitely includes me. What Brahman should include you, otherwise it is of Brahman. Brahman means which is all pervasive, which includes you. And therefore definitely now he knows that all the aspects of the Vedic ritual is me, then he will not have a desire for a small result which is given by that small Vedic karma. So then he may not do the Vedic karma also. May not do. But he may be doing other kind of yajna, that is a jnana yajna, etc. Well, that is there. But that will come later. So this is a kratu. Then yajna can be taken, I think Shankaracharya ji takes, yajna means a smarta karma. So smritis also enjoin certain karmas which is offering, in which offering is there. Well, that is called yajna. Kratu means the karmas, rituals which are enjoined by the Veda. And this one is yajnas. Smriti Granthas are basically nothing but, based on the Shruti only, very well. They are secondary books that support that our Shruti, Veda. And our Bhagavad Gita also is considered as a Smriti. Many Smritis are there. Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, etc. Many are there. And these are the works basically written by the people who are qualified and informed people. They write this because they know what's the purport of the Veda. Based on that, they write. So they are very informed people. Our Bhagavad Gita, you see, even you find verses, some of the verses, which are more or less verbatim quoted verbatim, almost. Ascharyavat pashyati kashidenam, ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah, etc., is there in Kathopanishad. Little change. Yaenam vitti hantaram, yashainam manyate hatam, ubhautauna vichanitah. There it starts with hantachet manyate hantum, hataschet manyate hatam, ubhautauna vijanitah, nayam hanti hanyate. So, it shows that Smriti, Bhagavan has, this Bhagavad Gita told by the Ishvara, Prokta, Bhagavata Prokta Gita, Bhagavad Gita. So it has a basis in Upanishad, Veda. So that's how Smriti Granthas are written or form of teaching based on Shruti. Shruti is a Moola Grantha. So Kratu means a Shrauta karma. Karma is enjoined by the Shruti, Veda. And Yajna means karmas enjoined by the Smritis. And that is, both the types of karmas are me, Bhagavan says. We should consider that way. Aham yajnaha, aham kratuhu. Aham swadha. So I am the food. Swadha is a special type of food. But the food which is offered to the mains, to the Pitrus, basically, the ancestors. So, Pitrus have already gone. How will you offer food? So, you invite the Brahmins and also crows. And in that you invoke your Pitrus and you offer the food. That food is called Swadha. Then Aham Aushadham, further. I am the food again, but that is eaten by everybody. The food which is offered to the Pitrus is Swadha. That is me, Bhagavan says. And the food eaten by everyone is also me. But called Aushadham. Oshadibhyaha jatam Aushadham. Oshadhi means plant, creepers and all. And born of that, made up of that, is called Aushadham. Means food is always vegetarian, by the way. Yeah, it looks. So, and Shankaracharya ji says, yad adyate tad aushadha shabda vachyam. So all rice, maize, oats, etc. also are aushadham. Aushadha also means a medicine. So in those days the medicines were generally herbal. So, so that is also a meaning, but that should not be taken here because Bhagavan said Swadha, I am the food which is offered to the Pitrus. And then again says Aushadha means again we should take the meaning food only. But the food which is eaten by all others also. So, because it is also a part of the ritual. That's how, this is just by the way. When you perform any karma, especially yajna, etc., this is just by the way, and in your home, you should invite people. And you should invite people and after the ritual is over, Hariyo, no. Offer food. Yeah. So what you want to achieve, this is the sakama karma. Suppose you want to achieve certain result through that karma. If you don't do this, it will affect your karma phala. Yeah. It's part of that. To, offer the food. And Bhagavan describes all this yajna, etc. Therefore, here Aushadham we should take as a food which is offered to everyone, which is part of the ritual. Could you follow? So this is how we should take it. Then mantroham, another part. Bhagavan says, I am the mantras that are chanted when offerings are made. lastly, right? Indraya Swaha. Right? It is said, when you say Swaha, these devatas which are there in the fire, well, they open their tongue. And that's where you have to offer. People offer sometime on the sides. Where the fire is there, they don't offer. On the sides, where the fire is not there, there they offer. No. Where the fire is, full-fledged fire. So, that is how the fire has, this is in Mundaka Upanishad has been said, this fire has 7 types of tongues. Yeah. So, the tongue means he has, the devata which you have invoked there has opened. So when you say Swaha, they hear it. So they open their tongue. That's the bhavana. So they open the tongue. And when they open the tongue, means they open the mouth, you should offer. Yeah. This, by the way, where contemplation and where this, but this is all. Everything is ultimately Ishvara, right? So aham mantraha. And aham hutam, aham agni. So where you offer fire also is me. Aham hutam. Hutam means a whole ritual. The very ritual itself where the oblation is offered, etc. Then to the various devatas, that whole ritual is me. That's called hutam. The very action is me. And now further in verse 17, Bhagavan says, few more things. I am that, etc. Pita hamasya jagatah Mata Tata Pitamaha Vedyam Pavitram Omkaraha Ruksame Yajurevacha. Well, Pita Hamasya Jagataha, I am the father of the world. Saying his father, we have to extend. Yeah, not in a regular sense. I am the Nimitta Karan, the creator of the world. Yeah. Here, Pita means I am the creator of the world. I am the very efficient cause of the world. Aham Matacha. I am the very material of the world. Well, I have a, Ishvara with unmanifest. That unmanifest is a material. Brahman with some unmanifest. That unmanifest, it is with Brahman. That's a material. That unmanifest becomes manifest. That is the thing. That's it. So, aham matacha, well, the prakriti, the maya, is also non-separate from me. And I am, from that standpoint, I am upadana karanam, material also, from which the whole creation is born. So I am both father and mother of the Jagat. Naturally, then once you say father and mother, then most question will be, who will be the father of this father? God. So that's how you children always ask. So you say, God created everything. Then who created God? They say, always. That question will come. And you can understand. If you look at the creation and if you are a little sensitive, you will understand that basically whole creation is nothing but things put together intelligently. That intelligently brings Ishvara in. Things put together, and it is basically has a basis in something astibhati, you are bypassing Ishvara. When you say intelligently put together, order comes, everything comes, there the Ishvara comes. You are going on a highway and you want to take some, bypass or something, bypass to Ishvara, then this is the thing. Intelligently put together. Oh, intelligence, knowledge, conscious being, who is omniscient, omnipotent. Well, that is Ishvara. So you are then it's a different thing. You are the one who appreciates, you are part of the order. Order pervades you, etc. All this, that's a different route. You take yourself as an individual, pervaded by the order, samashti, total. That's a different thing. If you don't take that route, well, then finally you arrive at this astibhati. So that is only two things then. Name and form, mithya and that. But don't discuss now. Okay. This is good. Who created God, etc. will come. So Bhagavan must be knowing this. So he said, aham pitamaha. I am the father, I am the grandfather. I am uncaused cause. I am the cause of the entire thing, which doesn't have any cause. That's it. So grandfather is the cause of a father and father is the cause of the son. No, aham pitamaha. I am the basis of the whole creation. I am also dhata, sustainer. Dha dhatu, and it is in third conjugation. And dadhati, etc. Dadati, dhatte, etc. is a form. So dha means sustain. I am the sustainer of the creation. I am the giver of the fruits of action, etc. Aham Vedyam, that's a Vedanta, pure Vedanta. So I am the one to be known, basically. Sarvaihi Vedaihi Ahameva Vedya. Through all the bodies of knowledge, what is ultimately to be known is me alone. All the things, so far as if you are entangled in any name and form, thinking that I will analyze this name and form and I will come to know the truth of the name and form, ask the scientist. Yeah, ask the scientist. One name and form, while you analyze, leads to another name and form. How? Our flower, yesterday flower. No. You analyze what is the flower, well, you find the truth is petal, but that's another name and form. Means once you analyze any name and form, you gain some knowledge, but it's just a point of view. You don't get the whole vision. Whole vision is only when you know Asti Bhati. So anyway, so that's how Bhagavan said, Ahameva Vedya. Once you know me, nothing is to be known. Therefore, I think in Chandogya Upanishad, in Mundaka Upanishad, both the places it is there. Yena vijnanena sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati tad vijnanam asti. Yena vijnanena. Knowing the cause, one will know all the products, ultimately. You should know the cause, the truth of the whole products, or whole creation, essence of that, basis of that. So, ahameva vedyam, Bhagavan says, sarvaihi vedaihi ahameva vedyaham. Worth knowing is this. Then, pavitram, lot of things which purify, but this is one which purifies you totally. You are free from all blemishes right now. Free from guilt, free from hurt, free from punyam, papam, free from raga, dvesha, lobha, moha, etc. Name raga dveshau, name lobha mohau, name matsarya bhavaha, chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Na punyam na papam, that also is. So I am free. That is why Bhagavan said in the 4th chapter that this jnanam is the most purifying thing in the world. And that has been said there. So, pavitram. I am the one which purifies most. Who cleanses the jiva from every tree of samsara. Because anything which is there, you connect yourself. Punyam, papam, everywhere you connect. Raga, dvesha, lobha, moha. Ashuddhi's impurity is there is one thing. But you say, I am impure is another thing. That is the issue. So Bhagavan says, I am cleansing this jiva from samsara. Then said, Omkara, I am the Omkara. It's a name. Om is really a great thing. Actually, Om, what happens is, in a grammar, in a language, basically, there are consonants and there are vowels. And vowels basically has the basis. Consonant cannot be pronounced independently. No consonant you can pronounce. K. You have to say ka, or you have added akara already in that. Otherwise you cannot pronounce. But what happens, even though the swaras, the vowels are there, but in order to know the meaning of a word, you have to have vyanjanam. That's how vyajyate arthaha anena iti vyanjanam. So you have to add. Like, let us say kamalam. Kamalam is a word. Kamalam means lotus. But you remove kakara, makara, lakara. What is this? Could you follow what I'm saying? You add kakara, ka becomes complete. Add another makara into a, it becomes complete. So that word doesn't give any meaning. So basically consonants are the one which reveal the meaning of a word. So now Om is basically has all vowels, akar, ukara, makara. And so Om they write like this, a, u and like that they write. You add certain consonants in that. That gives the meaning of the word Om. You add sakara, the O becomes so. And add hakara in that becomes hum, so hum. That's the meaning of Om. Identity of soham, saha, aham. That is me. So Om is basically a name of Paramatma. Om is the name of Paramatma who has identity with this Jiva. That Om is myself, Bhagavan says. And last, Ruk Sama Yajurevacha. Well, I am in the form. I am the Rug Veda, I am the Sama Veda, I am the Yajurveda. Even though there are 4 Vedas, well, only 3 are used generally in rituals. They say most of the rituals mentioned in Atharvaveda are not to be performed. They perform by the people who have a different disposition, which we don't want to discuss. So these 3 are myself. But you can include, if you want to include, I am also Atharvaveda. And I am Smritis, Puranas, everything is myself. So the body of knowledge that is in the form of this Vedas, etc., is myself, Bhagavan says. Up to this we'll keep. Then verse 18 onwards we'll see in the next session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Pitrus, yeah, ancestors.